It all begins with the sender sending the message. The message gets encoded, then it gets sent through a message channel, which then gets decoded, and then finally reaches the receiver. The marketing communication process should be viewed as a two-way process, and some of the key definitions here: the sender, the originator of the message in the communication process; encoding, conversion of the sender's ideas and thoughts into a message, usually words or signs; transmission or sending of a message requires a channel. The channel is a medium of communication for transmitting a message or sending a message, such as voice, radio, or newspaper. Reception occurs when the message is detected by the receiver, and transmission may be hindered because of noise. Noise is anything that interferes with or distorts or even slows down the transmission of information. So for example, marketing managers, advertising manager, advertising agency may be the ones who are sending the message, hence the sender. As they send the message, they have to encode it, as in take all that which they're thinking or want to communicate and translate it or encode it into an advertisement or sales presentation, maybe a store display, a coupon, press release, or even a social media campaign. The channel is through which the communication or the message is transferred or sent through. This includes various types of media, whether traditional or non-traditional, like social. You're looking at people like salespeople, in which case it would be an interpersonal communication, perhaps through the retail store, if it's a pop-up or a store display, as well as local news or TV shows, such as mass media. As this message is going through the channel, at the other end, before it gets received, it must be decoded, as in the receiver tries to figure out what is the message, so interpretation of the message. And finally, the message that the sender has sent gets to the receiver, which is the customer, the viewer, the listener, news media, or even our clients. Feedback can be gained through various channels, for example, conducting market research, sales results, looking at changes in market share, as well as having a look at social media to see what our customers, our viewers, the general public, or the news media outlets are saying about us. The key thing to consider is noise. Noise could be other advertisement, news articles, or other store displays that get in the way of us communicating our message clearly, effectively, and efficiently to the receiver. Just imagine we're about to launch a new product. So we are proactively advertising and getting our communication out there using various different channels, but our competitors realize that this is what we're about to do, so they start advertising their products as well. This could be seen as noise or interference. Decoding is the interpretation of the language or symbols being sent. Proper match between the message to be conveyed and the target market's attitude is the job of the marketing manager. Difference in culture, age, social class, education, and ethnicity can lead to miscommunication. So marketers targeting consumers in foreign countries must also worry about transmission and miscommunication issues. The receiver is the person who decodes the message, responds to the message in terms of direct feedback to the source. Since mass communication are cut off from direct feedback, marketers rely on market research or analysis of indirect feedback. So this could be in the forms of looking at our sales. Has our sales gone up? In social media, what are people saying? These are some indirect ways of gauging whether our communication has been effective or well received even. And feedback itself is a receiver's response to a message. In this case, how did our customers, how did the news media, how did anyone who viewed our communique react? Were they delighted? Were they excited? Did they come into store to buy stuff? Did they go online to take advantage of a promotional campaign that we launched? Or simply, were they quite confused and went onto social media to say that was the most confusing advertisement ever?